So you want to build a fire Instagram page for your business, but you don't know how to do it. You've come to the right place. Stick around to the end of the video, and I can guarantee you will leave better equipped to do just that. So let's get into it, and let's help you build the IG account of your dreams. Let's go. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So Instagram can be confusing. It can be hard to grasp and understand, especially if you're a busy business owner. It's something that everyone knows there's value there, but few people are leveraging it in the right way, especially a lot of small businesses. So this is going to be really geared to small businesses. If you have little to small budgets and how you can maximize that to actually grow and find the value through Instagram to actually help your business. Ultimately, that's what the page is about. When you're running it for your business, it's not about the clout. It's not about any vanity metrics. It's all about true substance and interaction with your audience and customer base. So all these tips and tactics that I'm going to provide you are all about that. It's about the dollar bills, y'all. Okay? So this is a great medium to help expand your network, expand your consumer base, and to make more money and have a more intimate relationship with your customers. So let's get into it. I have 6 tips for you that are super easy to implement and can make a huge difference in your business Instagram account and this level of success in which you achieve. So let's get into it. Number 1, it starts with your bio. When people click to your page, that's ultimately the goal. You want to get them to your page. Your bio needs to be clean. It needs to be crisp. It needs to easily guide the person viewing your page to see exactly what you do and why they should do what you do with you. That was a tongue twister, but it's true. So I have a little case study here. I have an example of a client that I've worked with before. It's a small little cookie company around my community, okay? So they have managed to grow their page to nearly 3,000 followers using all of these methods that I'm going to tell you with zero budget. Zero. They have not spent $1 on Instagram promotion, and they have crazy engagement, a ton of likes on their posts, constantly interacting with their consumers, and almost 3,000 followers. See, it's totally possible. If you follow these steps and procedures that I'm going to provide for you, you can achieve similar results. So the bio, right here we're looking at it. You want it super clean and crisp. Use emojis and show your personality. You only have a certain amount of characters in this space, so make sure to use them. Tell your story and show your personality where you can. You want to let them know the right people, what you do, and how they can get in contact with you, and why they should get in contact with you to do what you do best, your business. You also want a very strong call to action. So few people who run business accounts leverage the link in their bio, which is just, it makes my head hurt. That is your biggest opportunity for a call to action. Of course, you want to have your email and your phone number attached to your account, but the call to action is something that an actionable step that a customer could take right away. So you want to guide them through that with your clean looking bio to get them to ultimately click that call to action, whether it be to your website, to a newsletter, whatever it may be. You want to guide them through that sales funnel, and that's a crazy tool that needs to be utilized. It's right there in your bio for free. So this is a great example of a super clean, simple bio that you know exactly what they do. But I will say one critique, Milk & Co. You got to leverage that call to action, and they will when the website comes. But that's just an example. If you have something to guide them to, anything that can help you get them closer to the end of that sales funnel to actually become a customer, you want to leverage it. So the first step, make your bio crisp, clean, easy to use, and leverage that call to action. All right. Okay, number 2. Gotta wet my whistle. Okay. Second tip. So content is a big issue that a lot of businesses have because they're like, what do I post? What do I post? And content is a word that you hear harped on in the marketing world. Content. And while that is absolutely key, the easiest way to go about solving that confusion and the wondering of what to post is set a schedule. So stick to it, but also batch content creation. So if you're going to post once a week, that's fine. Don't get discouraged. You hear people saying post every day. If you can do that, awesome. But if you can't, I want you to stick to a schedule of once a week. If you're going to do that, stick to that. Hold yourself accountable, 1 post a week. How can you go about achieving that? Batch content. So pick one day out of the month, spend like 2 or 3 hours, Get 5, 6, 7, 8 posts ready. You're good for the next month, month and a half, 2 months. Okay? Set that into your schedule. Have a reminder for yourself to get the content out. Have it all formatted, ready to go, looking crisp. And then it's as simple as post, post, post. Okay? So you want to get that down, write that down, whatever it is for you, if it's every day, every week, whatever. Sample around with it. See what times work best for your audience with posting, but stick to that schedule, okay? Another thing that I would mention is use that schedule and that guideline. That's going to keep you consistent, but supplement it with spontaneous, genuine content that fits your brand. Don't overthink it. If you think, hey, this might work well on Instagram, the great thing about Instagram is there's no limit to how much you can post. Okay? And don't think it's going to annoy your audience. They're following you for a reason. You've convinced them to at least follow you. So give them something to create that relationship. So have spontaneous, organic, real content that's on brand to supplement your posting schedule. All right? That's content distribution. That's tip number 2. You got to post. All right? You got to create the content. I just said I regret that. But we're moving on, okay? Okay, so now you got this content ready to go out. You know that you're going to be posting consistently as well as with a few spontaneous posts here and there just to sweeten the deal a bit. When posting, there's 2 things you need to remember, and I'm saying need to remember. Organic growth is incredibly difficult on Instagram. It's becoming more and more difficult each and every day, but there still are tools in your belt that you can use to help increase exposure, especially from a small business perspective. On every post, and I mean every post, you need to include a location, okay? If you service a few cities, alternate which ones you do. So maybe if you post, okay, the first post of the month is this city, the next one's the next, cycle it around. Reason for that being is that people in that area are more likely to come across your photo if you tag the location. So make it a staple. Whenever you go to post, you also include a location. If you don't, you're only hurting yourself. You're missing out on potential people that could have discovered your content that they didn't simply because you didn't lose a location. Didn't lose a location. You didn't use a location. Very connected to that is you also want to use hashtags on every post. And you don't want to use hashtags like your mom uses them on her posts. Hashtag photo, hashtag pool, hashtag just literally describing the photo in a sequence of independent words divided by hashtags. Okay, that's how so many people use hashtags, and that's not how you use it. I will be releasing a full 2019 guide on how to successfully use hashtags in the coming weeks. So click subscribe so you don't miss that future video. But for a quick synopsis of what that will include is you want to make sure they're relevant to you. So as a small business, it should be relevant to what you actually do. And then it should also be relevant to the community and areas that you service. Okay, so for a great example for this Milk & Co. case study, I do have their permission, by the way, to do this. These are people that I've worked with before. Okay, so I've got an example right here. I'm going to show it on my screen right here. So the hashtags they use are all relevant to their business, okay? Because they're relevant to the entrepreneur, the brand that they're in, the location that they're in. This is a great example of hashtag usage, okay? So I'll dive farther deeper into this in a future video, but you want to make sure you use hashtags for the same reason as the location. You're just missing out on opportunities to be discovered and be seen. Another awesome thing about this is because you're going to be doing it hyper specifically in your areas or in your niche, geographical areas, you have far more likelihood of ranking in those hashtags for increased exposure. And everybody who's seeing your content is someone who could potentially be a customer. Do you see how valuable that is? If you don't do these little things, you're only hurting yourself, because if you're literally getting free publicity from this. So if you don't exercise all the opportunities at your disposal, you're hurting yourself and your potential business growth. Okay, moving on, next tip. Okay, so this one's gonna be a little controversial for most. A lot of people, a lot of Instagram gurus around the internet say that this is dead, this doesn't work, but I would completely disagree, especially from a small business perspective, is to do the follow for follow method. So essentially what that means is you want to go through and find other pages in your community or in your niche, and you want to go through and follow the people who are following and interacting with those people's content. Okay, so you want to follow those people, you want to like their few recent posts, and then you want to allow them to follow you. If people don't follow you back, unfollow them later, give them a bit of time, but that's a great way to get people clicking on your page and potentially following your content. Again, what we're trying to do is fight for attention. So if you're not pushed in front of someone's face by following them getting a notification, then it's very difficult for people to come across you. So follow for follow is an exceptional method to actually get discovered. And essentially the awesome thing is you're siphoning off the audience that other people have already developed in your community or in your niche. So you already know these people are interacting because you went to their followers list, and then you went to the people who liked their photos, commented, whatever, and you're interacting with those people. So you know there's a relative interest. So these are high value leads for you, okay? I hope that all makes sense. If it doesn't, let me know in the comments and I'll create an independent video describing that. But follow for follow method is an exceptional way to grow a small business account. So the client, which I had mentioned previous in this video, that they did that a ton, and it's done wonders for growing, especially when you're very small. It's almost imperative from a very, very small account, I would say, is because if you're not going to pay for promotion, it's the best free way to go about it. So follow for follow, definitely do that. I will release a video probably later of a better way to go about doing that. But so follow for follow. You also can do the $1.80 strategy. And again, because you're doing it hyper specific, this was made famous by Gary Vee. But what you basically do is go to the top posts in your location, in your town, city, neighboring cities, wherever you are, and then go like people's posts from there, because you'll know they're there because they tagged the location, and then leave a comment as well. Just again, we're getting in front of people's faces. That's so valuable. And that's totally free for you. You can do that on your spare time, or all these tips could be very easily implemented by a student that you pay $20 a day or something really cheap just to get them to spend an hour or 2 hours on it. So these are all things you can implement with little to no budget, and you could do it all yourself. Very practically, you could absolutely do it all yourself. So essentially with a $1.80 strategy is, again, you're interacting with relevant or local posts so that potential customers come across your content. And it's as simple as leaving a comment, liking the post, explaining who you are and why you love their content. So follow for follow, $1.80 strategy. Great tactics to grow. So this one should go without saying, but you want to actually interact with your community. So as you build your page up for follow, again, it's not about the vanity metrics. It's not about the clout. So you may be following a bunch of people. You want to actually interact with the people that you're following. So spend like 20, 30 minutes a day and go through your feed and comment on people's posts. Become a friend. Like, I know that's kind of weird as a business, but that goes such a long way because it's not a personal person. A comment from a business, it almost seems like it's like rare or unique. So it really, really resonates with people. So if you spend like half an hour a day, you will be amazed at how many people will go say that, oh, this business, like they commented on my post, and it's huge to them because they don't receive comments from anybody but the same people all the time. So word of mouth then snowballs from that, and it takes you 3 seconds to comment on their post. Like, how valuable is that? That's crazy. So as you grow, as you build a community, you want to interact with their content, and anybody who interacts with your content, if they comment on your post, anything, reply back as soon as possible. One, that's going to help with the algorithm to continue for more people to find your post. But two, it's going to create that relationship. It's going to deepen it, and it's going to continue keeping them coming back to your content as well as your business. Okay? So interact with your community, make it a community, and serve each other. Last and final tip. This one is huge. It's absolutely huge. Okay? I cannot stress this enough. As a local small business, you want to grow, right? So sharing economy is very present in local small businesses. So be very generous with shoutouts. If you ever interact with a person or a business, be sure to shout them out because they'll give it back in return whenever an opportunity presents itself. Also, on that note, encourage people to give you shoutouts. Stories are huge because people will post them and not think anything of it because it doesn't stay forever, but it can be great promotion. So anything you can do to encourage that kind of stuff is massive. So obviously with the client that I have, the cookie company, people love it to share when they indulge, right? They love that. So, but you can get creative with whatever your business is. Find a means of promoting shoutouts. That's only going to help you out because you're expanding to their whole network. And then the snowball effect, which I've mentioned, just compounds and you continue to grow. So all these tactics, which I've mentioned, were literally utilized to grow this business's page from 0 to nearly 3K followers with $0 spent. That is crazy. And sorry, I'm getting excited. That is crazy. And it's totally possible. Okay. So outline all these strategies in the show notes. I'm going to leave a little bit of a brief description of each one. If anything was unclear, leave a question in the comments. I will be sure to reply back to you and answer any and all questions. And also, if you are interested in having someone help you out through this, maybe coach your team, I do social media consulting. So hit me up on that. Send me an email. It's also in the description of this video. I would be more than happy to help you out like I have previous clients. Okay, so go ahead, go do that. And if you're still unsure about social media, you're new to this whole thing, check out my other videos on my channel all about social media and how to growing your presence and grow your bank account too. Make some money off it. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. Go crush your business IG and go crush your business goals, all right? We'll talk to you soon. Go watch one of my other videos and have a great day. Peace.